Hello. Oh my god, it works. Look at that. You can't even tell that that's fucking
What's
rigged.
going on? You can't even tell that that's rigged.
You can't even tell it's fucked up.
Look at this bullshit fucking black bar. The disrespect.
Black
I gotta go
bar.
host my buddy.
Oh, bro. Don't black bar me.
I'm just
Like
fucking with
Thunderhawk.
you, dude. I don't
Hold
care.
on. I fixed
Don't
it.
think any. Okay.
There we go. Didn't even... I still see it. Shit! Fuck!
Letterbox
No.
noobs. Letterbox noobs.
There we go.
It makes it feel cinematic.
Alright, fucking Zack Snyder.
Ultra widescreen.
Zack Snyder's like, no, you're gonna watch it on a CRT at 4:3 and
Stream
you're
is
gonna like
presented
it.
you in 4:3 to respect Thunderhawk's vision.
Thank you. Alright, hello everybody.
How's it going? It's Friday.
Hey there, world.
It is Friday indeed.
Friday as fuck.
We'll start off things with the Game Awards. Oscars
I almost forgot that
got fucked edition. When he said that, I lost my shit. I couldn't believe it.
He's so cool.
He's such a sick dude. I'm so happy he won. So big takeaways. It Takes Two's voted Game of the Year. Big pog.
I haven't played it.
I
I'll
haven't
accept
played it
that.
either. I haven't played it either. It looks good though.
Same.
It had heart in it, which is more than some of the other
Yeah.
games.
Absolutely. I was definitely glad it took it over. I guess one of the nominees. I would have been happy with Psychonauts. I'd have been happy with Ratchet. I'd have been happy with Resident Evil. So,
Yeah. What was the other
At
one?
least you got
Forza?
something good.
I was afraid Deathloop would win. So
Yeah, same.
I'm shocked that Deathloop didn't win, but I'm happy that it didn't win as well.
I wonder if they know that so much marketing actually hurt their game. Because if I only heard about it a couple times, I probably would have been like, oh, this is a nice little surprise. But no, they had to bring it up every time somebody had a fucking announcement.
I think it.
Or a single
That
thought
would
about
maybe
it.
be blamed upon Sony, right? I assume that
Maybe.
they were like the primary publisher of the game.
I just want somebody to understand that there's such a thing as too much marketing.
Yeah.
Because
you
it's
can't
not
shove
fair.
down their throats.
I feel bad about hating Deathloop because I didn't give it a chance. It's just it was everywhere, and I'm just like, fuck off.
When you shove shit down people's throats, it's like
Oh, I get super salty.
I go
about that.
out of my way to avoid that.
Yeah.
When you're jamming it on every possible fucking thing you can, I'm just like, I'm never buying your product. Fuck you.
And you can totally show too much of something, and then also they didn't want to spoil too much, I guess. So I felt like every trailer was
The same.
here's the concept, here's like a guy doing 3 cool shots and reloads.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I've seen this 20 times.
Yeah. Some other news from the Oscars. Fuck, I just read it out loud. I was reading what I was fucking saying. Announcements. There's a bunch of announcements. I'm hyped for the Star Wars game. I'm hyped for Space Marine 2. And Slitterhead looks like it's gonna be raw.
Fucking Slitterhead.
I wish they would change the name. I beg you, change
What a
the
title.
name. Change
What
the
a
name,
title.
please. What is it in Japanese? Surely is there a Japanese word for Slitterhead?
I figured they're gonna go with the Final Fantasy route, and it's gonna be the English. You say the English words. I don't know.
Slitterheadity.
You know, Evil Within. You know, that's a Shinji Mikami joint, but it was called Evil Within here, and it was called Psycho Break in Japan. So maybe they'll.
That's so much
maybe they'll do
cooler.
something else.
Just randomize it. Fuck it.
Psycho Break. It's pretty fucking rad. Were you guys excited for anything? Oh, Nightingale. I'm making everybody buy Nightingale. That's happening.
What the
I
fuck is
think I
that?
remember seeing something about
It was that survival crafting co-op game where you're in
That-
you're in the fairy world.
I remember now because
Yeah.
I like the name of it a lot.
Yeah, Nightingale's such a good
Is
name.
it like a slightly more? I don't even know how you.
It's
how you
like
say it.
Victorian
Better
era,
Valheim?
technology. Kind of Valheim-y, yeah, I think.
Sounds great.
You know, except they're not going to take the money and run. Because the main guy in charge was from... What was he from? I don't remember. He's from somewhere. He did big projects.
See, that's
think-
my favorite. My favorite indie games are when people who like were on big projects and we're a AAA developer, and they're like, fuck that, I want to go do my own thing. Those are the kind of games that you got to look out for, like Bloodstained. Like that's one of the good ones, because he was working on the OG Castlevania games, and he is like,
Yeah.
I really like this, but I don't like all the red tape involved in working at a AAA company. I'm gonna go make my own shit.
Oh, he was one of the big dudes in BioWare during the Golden Age.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
wow.
He made Knights
See,
of the
same
Old.
situation with Slitterhead, where he worked for PlayStation Studio forever. Directed
Yeah.
the first Silent Hill, directed Gravity Rush in America, Gravity Days in Japan, and then Siren, which is a weird ass PS2 horror game. But yeah, so he went off and made his own studio, because PlayStation Japan studio they didn't even like ceremoniously close them. It was just like, yeah, they don't. they
That
don't
was
make nothing
fucked up.
anymore.
Like let them make. They wanted to make shit. You could tell.
Nothing they made Soul super great, which sucks. People
Give
just
me
have bad
Ape
taste.
Escape, you fucking cowards.
Exactly. Bring back Ape Escape.
They need to stop remaking games that have already been remade like 5 years ago, and start remaking like the good games, like all the PS1 RPGs and
Yes.
all the golden era of fucking video games. Really,
We have something to discuss regarding PS1 games.
Ooh.
But
go,
we'll go down the list so we don't get all fucked up.
Works for me.
Splinter Cell remake was announced. I have no hope. There's no hope left inside me.
I was never a Splinter Cell boy.
Same.
But I know people love Splinter Cell so much, and they've been looking for this. They want a reboot, they want a remake, but I feel like it was almost even.
The first
I
three
was
were
suspicious
excellent.
that it didn't exist. I was suspicious that they were like, fuck, people hate us because of NFTs and Far Cry. Announce Splinter Cell.
Yeah, that's 100% what happened.
in case of emergency, break glass.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell remake.
All 10 Splinter Cell fans have been screaming for years. And they kept shitting on us. They're like, he's back in a mobile game. I'm like, fuck you.
God.
Eat my ass.
How disrespectful.
Dude, mobile games can just fuck right off.
And I don't know if they're going to have actually any stealth in it, because it's fucking 2021. And, stealth games don't exist anymore.
And I think it's the Far Cry 5 and 6 devs, Ubisoft Toronto. I looked them up because I was like, I don't know the branches of Ubisoft, and their credits include Far Cry 5 and 6. So, weird studio to be making a quiet game.
Those aren't bad games, but I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoyed Far Cry 5, but run-of-the-mill first-person shooters.
It's just not my cup of tea, Like, they're not bad games. Just not my thing, so. I don't have anything good or bad to say about them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
I hear 6 is fun.
raping their employees.
5 was way too close to home. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go in my backyard and play Far Cry. Keanu didn't play Cyberpunk,
I thought this was so funny.
and CD Projekt Red was like, yeah, he loved it. Keanu was like,
And
I don't play video
I went and looked it
games."
up because I was like, maybe they didn't say he played it and he loved it. Maybe they were just like, oh yeah, he's seen Cyberpunk, he thinks it's awesome. But like, this is like a direct quote. It's like, finished it, no, but he's definitely played it and loves it. And so just offhandedly in this interview where
Keanu
was
he's probably like, what's a video game? What?
Right.
You mean The Matrix? I did that years ago, bro.
The interview's been viral because he laughed at NFTs. But yeah, they're like, do you play video games? He's like, no. And they're like, what about Cyberpunk? He's like, haven't played it.
God damn it, Keanu.
What if he's just trolling? What if he actually has?
That'd be really funny too. He's so chill at all times that
Right.
his poker face is perfect.
Keanu is the kind of guy you could go over to his house, smoke a bowl, and then show him stuff, and he'd be like, dude, that's awesome.
Right.
He's exactly that person.
I based this entirely on Bill and Ted.
Which is actually his personality.
Yeah.
Playing yourself.
Alright, we get to talk about fun things. New allegations against Blizzard. People were stealing breast milk out of the fridge.
Oh boy.
They want those sweet
I mean-
nutrients.
Just, oh, what the fuck?
I think like, breastfeeding at your job is already like a thing that's like some places don't handle that well, but to be in a place where you feel like
Well,
you are,
they already said when they were breastfeeding, guys would come in and stare at them.
What in the
That was
fuck?
already said. We knew that already. Now they
I
were
just don't
stealing the
understand.
milk.
Oh god.
Yeah.
How has this just come out? Like, how has nobody said anything? Like, until
'Cause
this
Jason
point. Like, how
Schreier
did it
was
get
probably
this
getting
fucking
paid.
far? Man.
Jason Schreier like tweets, "I knew about the milk."
They were probably getting it for him.
Shit.
I hate Schreier. He's such a weasel. You know he knew about that. He had to have known about that. He had to have. Randall.
I mean, it probably wasn't even a fucking super secret thing, man. You just walk in the office, you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking Cheryl. She's just being her kid.
Oh,
and then there's just 12 dudes in her cubicle. Like, what the fuck's going on?
some dude with a coffee is like, oh, cool, milk.
I'm thinking about, like,
Dan, no!
it would be super wild,
God.
you know, not discounting this at all, but if after all the other shitty stuff going on, of course we associate the breast milk being stolen with some kind of sexual deviant behavior, but it's like it could be a coffee, needed some creamer, didn't look at the label situation, but yeah, I just don't understand how business carries on as usual in a place like this. It's like they just fired like 100 Ravensoft employees, and you got, what are these people doing when they spend their whole day watching women breastfeed?
Like, dude, I worked at a place where a guy stole a can of Mountain Dew, 65 cents in the vending machine, stole a can of Mountain Dew out of the fridge, and got fired on the spot. They're like,
Yeah,
get the fuck out. And meanwhile, you know, Activision's just like, yeah, dude, fucking, you need some breast milk? Come on, just fucking.
You can
right
just do literally anything. It's fine.
Fuck.
I just don't understand.
And they're not even union. Like, you know what I mean? They're not union yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
But
That
they're not
leads us-
union. It's not like these people can't be fired.
Yeah. That leads us into the next bit of news. One of the lead people at Activision Blizzard left and then is immediately trying to unionize. And in response to that, Activision sent a threatening email saying, think about the consequences of these actions.
Oh my god.
Word for word. So
We well past consequences.
I
boys.
fully expect some 1920s era ass union busting bullshit.
Fucking dude. I hope some of the executives is dragged out and beaten in the picket line.
100%. Guillotine them.
Yeah.
Saw
I
a tweet, I think it was some-
old-fashioned union style, just beat downs where people are just beating the shit out of their shitty bosses. Like,
It'd be beautiful.
Worker strike.
you say something, PSP?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a tweet about that, like some California firm that supports unions and stuff like that, and I think they've got some significant backup, especially with how much in the news this has been. Especially, you know, like the games news is like Twitter and Reddit and stuff, you know, unlike, you know, Kellogg's even blew up, you know, on Reddit, and that's cereal. But, you know, like,
Right.
the games news is huge on the internet, so I think they've got a lot of attention, and hopefully this works out for the people that
Absolutely.
deserve to be treated better. So,
Yeah. 100%.
Hopefully.
the world does suck, though. So, who knows?
I genuinely, because if they unionize, you know other companies are going to, and those
Absolutely.
companies are going to lose their shit on Activision because they were like, we have it good. What the fuck are you doing? What is wrong with you?
We can make these guys work 110 hours a week, and you want to fucking unionize? What the fuck?
In a perfect world, Bobby Kotick would be dragged out of the office, and the board members would be forced to sit and watch. We would put them in old-timey stockades so they couldn't look away, and we would guillotine Bobby Kotick, and we would be like, do you see this? Do you see this?
This is you next.
Get your shit together. But it's not a perfect world, so he'll probably retire with hundreds of millions of dollars.
Or he'll make another company, like, immediately.
Yeah. He'll just shut down all of Activision and just make Activision 2, and that's it. Like, okay,
Activision Nordic.
right.
Oh God. Fuck.
I mean, I'm surprised Amazon doesn't just do that when their fucking warehouses are like, yeah, we want to be a union. Just okay, well, good luck, and we're gonna close down, make Amazon 2.
They fly Jeff Bezos out when they hear that shit. Lex Luthor comes personally to deal with unionizers.
Dude, we whispered in the break room about a union at my last warehouse job, and we had the fucking CEO flown down and our HR president flown down.
Yep.
And there's like 18 of us in that entire facility. And they're like,
Jesus.
you don't want a union. You don't want a union. No, they're bad. No, union's bad.
There's an Amazon warehouse 55 minutes away from me, and they were talking about unionizing, and Jeff Bezos was down that week. My cousin was like, Jeff Bezos was in my work today, and I was like, you didn't beat him? What a
Spiking
shame.
all the breast milk in the fridge with fucking anthrax.
Is that the answer to is that the solution?
I tell you, you got to be careful with that solution.
The solution is technically illegal.
The nuclear method.
Yeah, unions. They started a GoFundMe. I haven't looked at how it's doing. Wow! Though ABK Workers Alliance is at $333,000 as of now.
Wow.
What was their goal?
1 million. That's quite a lofty fucking goal.
Yeah, a million.
I don't know if
to...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's. I question that a little bit.
I always feel weird about union stuff in the game industry because like the conditions, it's specifically Activision, Ubisoft, Riot, and stuff like that are insane as far as like human rights violations. But in regards to like pay and like crunching, it's always like it probably coming from poor boy perspective. It's like I have to work 100 hours a week and I only make like $40 an hour. It's like
yeah,
like I understand, I guess, why they're asking for $1 million. They're probably all used to making like $80,000 a year.
Yeah, and their headquarters is what, in Irvine, California. Like,
yeah,
the
live
cost
in an
of living there is
place.
probably like 28 times what ours is.
You have a demanding, like, high education, non-entry level job, like.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Didn't they fire everybody that knew how to work? Like, not knew how to work, but like was experienced.
Oh shit! I think you're right.
It's funny. They get rid of the lowest tier and the highest tier because, of course, if you've been there a long time and you know what you're doing, you're probably you've gotten a raise like each year, etc. So they want to get rid of you.
They have 4 dudes from Guatemala in the developer room that don't speak any English, and then they have 3 monkeys with wrenches in the IT department, and then that's their entire fucking staff.
Looking at the current state of WoW, that's probably accurate.
Dude, what have they been doing? They just dropped the ball on fucking all of their games for like the last 2 years now?
Their writing team consists of the manatees and the balls from the South Park episode. And they keep putting villain and then they put redemption in the same fucking basket. And Blizzard's like, we'll do it again.
Tried and true.
This woman committed genocide. She started a race war and murdered thousands. Oh no, it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault.
Redemption. No. Just be in control.
What are you talking
like,
about?
we literally went and killed Arthas because he was being the bad guy.
No spoilers.
No spoiler. Fucking God. I can't get over it.
I can't with their story.
And then what they did to Uther. My boy.
Fuck that game. That game used to be my favorite game.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
It's just so bad. Like,
all the talent
unreal.
Just fucking quit. They left. They fucking got fired. Whatever. But all the talent in that entire company was just fucking shit on.
Yeah, they haven't.
And then thrown out the door.
What was the last game? Well, not counting Call of Duty, was Overwatch their last game?
Yeah, and when Overwatch first came out, it was solid. Like, the team that was behind it loved what they were doing, and they had a lot of passion for it, and it was fucking sweet when it first hit, and then they just like the whole fucking team just kind of fell off, and then it's just like, what happened? Aren't
Yeah,
they supposed to have,
Jeff
like, Overwatch
Jeff
2 or
Kaplan left,
something?
and that was like the
That was
like
yeah,
Overwatch is dead.
yeah,
He's the face of it.
100%.
pillar.
It's so complicated when you lose like a public figure, not
Yeah.
only just development staff,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
a beloved mouthpiece.
He was the Overwatch guy. Like, he was around for fucking years, dude. He was early on in Blizzard, and then all of a sudden, like, he was just the face of Overwatch, and that's how everybody knew him because he just fucking completely
yeah.
encapsulated that entire idea.
Jeff Overwatch.
I think more
Yeah.
companies are afraid to have personalities anymore.
Yes.
Post Kojima, post Kaplan, post Reggie. You know, Reggie didn't have a
Yes.
falling out, of course, but you know, Iwata passed away. Reggie's gone. Everybody knows Doug Bowser because his name is Bowser, but nobody worships Doug Bowser. Sean Layden left PlayStation. We have Jim Ryan. Nobody worships Jim Ryan. Nobody's the Reginator. Nobody's Kojima. Nobody's Kaplan. So, and then I think people are afraid to make new ones because it's like, what if they leave? What if they walk away? So the only company that has people like that anymore is Xbox, I feel like, and Phil Spencer and what do they call him, Major Tom or whatever. And that's just because those people will be there until they die.
Yeah,
So,
I remember when
Which
that
is
guy,
funny because
that
ahead.
Sergeant Major, whatever the fuck his name is, Sergeant Nelson, I think his name is. He was
Yeah,
he was
there you
a
go.
he was a Halo YouTuber back in the day, and Microsoft was
Nice.
like,
Shit.
"Hey, we like your shit. You want to work for us?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah."
he's like deep with them too. Like he's
Oh,
high
yeah.
up there now.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Noobs. What were you saying?
Oh, you're good. I was just gonna say Jeff Kaplan would probably have been there till he fucking died too, but something had to happen at that fucking company where he's just like,
Yeah.
I'm out. Fuck this place. Because that shit was his fucking baby. Like, he loved that game. And if you, the face of your game, who loves said game, leaves your company, something must be really wrong with what you're doing.
Overwatch 2, no hope. No hope.
No hope. No, it's gone.
Okay. Sony has successfully patented a Death Stranding style environment changes mechanic. I didn't think you could trademark mechanics.
I was gonna say this is so weird to me because
It's weird.
I have mixed feelings because I like my games to be like that game does that and that's like its unique thing. But then I think about how like Demon Souls has the messages and the where you can view people's old deaths, and that carried into Dark Souls, and that's in Returnal. So like games like if they would have patented Shadow of the Colossus's stamina climbing, you just wouldn't have Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Just you wouldn't. So
I think that's a fucking stupid precedent to set is
Yeah.
patenting ideas for games because every fucking game has taken like games are built on the shoulders of giants. Like if so and so fucking copyrighted wandering through a dungeon and oh well fuck we can't make Zelda, we can't make fucking any video game ever now. Nobody would have any fucking thing because it's all built off of just taking ideas from other games and doing it in your own way and making it better and improving on it and iterating on it. Like why do you think games are like crazy good now? And they've been around for maybe what 30 years is like probably the benchmark for good Nintendo games, I'd say, on the NES. And they've just been getting better ever since because people just keep iterating and improving on what's already there. And then when companies are like, we're going to patent that, well, there you go. That right there, Death Stranding style environment change, that's fucking done. There's never going to be an improvement on that. However it is now is how it's going to be.
Yeah. Because it was such
Like,
a cool
you can't have...
It was such a good mechanic too, having your world influenced by other like people. Like it's such a cool concept.
That's one thing. It's like I wonder, like it's a thing that's like a great thing about Death Stranding, but nobody bought a copy of it because the footpaths of other players create areas of dirt instead of grass when they walk through there. So it's like why? That's not.
It's
You're
just
not
a thing.
patenting
Just,
like a big ass impressive thing, you know.
you're just making it so like if someone wanted to add that to their game, some indie guy was like, "Yeah, that's a neat feature. I bet that would make some extra polish." Too fucking bad. You can't. Like,
Yeah,
it
like
just stifles creativity with indie developers, and fucking if AAA companies are like, oh, you just want $1 million for it? Okay, whatever. We'll just fucking throw in our game because who cares? We can just print more money.
fucking the Nemesis system. Someone brought that up. That is such a cool and deep system that just fuck. It's patented, so we'll never see it again.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
it's so dumb. I didn't know it was patented.
Yep.
It's actually insane that you can patent something and just completely shove it in a closet and never fucking put it out there ever again. Like the patents in general are just a fucking complete cancer on innovations and stuff like that. Like, for example, the patent for insulin, how we literally make a life-saving drug, was sold for $1 from the inventor of said method of making insulin, so that we could save fucking humanity with it. And now we're selling it for like, I don't know, $700 a vial because fuck it, fuck people.
Insane.
It's like patents are the opposite of what needs to happen. Like I'm all for people getting paid if they come up with an idea. If Sony wants to patent that, they should like demand you fucking say so. Like, oh yeah, we got this from Sony, and just let people use it and improve on it. But when you're like patenting something, it's like, ha, now nobody can do that, and I will be the one that can do that. It's just fucking, you're just patent trolling. Like, just fuck off.
Yeah.
You're right, and it reminds me that it shouldn't be patented, first of all, as you were saying, and then second of all, it's like this should be a Kojima Productions patent behind this.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you can't patent something that someone else made. Like, fuck you. But it also brings up points of, okay, so U.S. patent law, if Sony did that, and some fucking company in Russia makes a game that uses that, well, fucking Russia doesn't give a shit about our laws, so you're just making it so games that come out of Russia are better than the games that we can release. Like, what the fuck? You're not making anything better.
Yeah. Or China. China's big on doing that.
Yeah, China will straight up.
China's like Breath of the Wild. I'll take that.
Yeah, or you ever see? You ever see those
Genshin Impact?
You ever see those World of Warcraft clones where they literally just take fucking art from WoW and plaster it all over their mobile game, and it's like you get in there and it's completely a different game. It's not even like anything like it's in. It's like, what the? You just stole WoW art, dude. Like, they don't give a fuck over there. You think they're gonna just not give a shit about your patent? Like, who cares?
Did you see where WoW basically stole the entire like Shadowlands shit from another MMO?
Which MMO was that?
I'm trying to find it.
Awful Book says, "We'll watch the VOD if it ever gets uploaded." They do get uploaded.
Listen, I ran into some troubles, mainly me being bad.
Technical difficulties.
That's not it.
No, it was YouTube's fault for sure.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I
it kind of
always put it on
was.
YouTube.
Kind of was. A game called Anarchy Online. Apparently. They stole blue people, they stole angels with wings. Like, just not like a generic angel. It's the same fucking design. It's unreal.
I was gonna say they stole it from like the Bible.
Yes, they stole angels from the Bible.
Fucked up.
But see,
King James is in shambles.
It's okay if you use shit like that from other games. Like, we wouldn't have any of these kind of games if D&D didn't have fucking sweet ass art books in the 70s and shit that these video games can draw inspiration from.
Atari patented buttons.
Like dwarves and shit like that. Like, if someone just patented dwarves, bam, nobody could make fucking dwarves anymore. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Every game has some form of dwarf in it.
I would fight that law.
Can't just...
That law would suck it.
Yeah. I would be up on fucking Capitol Hill protesting.
What are you out here for? Dwarven freedom!
Free the dwarves!
One patent I remember hearing about in regards to video games was, I want to say it was like 5th and 6th gen, PS1, PS2. I think it was Namco. It was Namco or Atari, and they patented the idea of having a game playing during the loading screen. And that's such a specific patent, but also
Yes, I
ruined
remember
a
that. God damn
generation
it.
essentially because it was really cool. Like they would throw like asteroids or something, like something that you could load while a game loaded.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh, I'm not even paying attention to the loading anymore.
Fucking
And no
Dragon
other games
Ball.
could do it.
All the Dragon
And
Ball
then they
games
never
had
did.
it.
Nobody ever does that now. It's just they patented it and threw it in the trash. It's like, haha, nobody can do this
And now
now.
we don't even have load times, and we can't take advantage. So,
Thanks, PS5.
How fucking dare they get rid of my load times?
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the PS5 news. Epic finally has a cart. They made an announcement, and supposedly they wanted it to be a world premiere at the Game Awards. But Jeff
World
Keighley
premiere.
denied them.
Imagine having 22-year-old tech installed in your new fucking shop and trying to make it a world premiere.
Imagine making something Jeff Keighley would say no to showing.
But there's a caveat here. The shopping cart is so poorly implemented, there's a bug where you spend, so they give away $10 coupons, right?
Mhm.
For one game. Well, if you put more than one game in your cart and use that coupon, it takes $10 off every game in your cart.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Is that still working?
I don't know. I read it earlier today.
Maybe go try that if you enjoy PC games.
I would not be surprised if they literally just fucking turned off the cart feature after
It's
finding
possible.
out about that. Just like, nah, cart don't work, guys. No,
Yeah.
sorry. Take a basket instead.
I just read that and I was like,
Ridiculous,
damn, I might get on that actually.
That's so dude, it's so fucked. Like, how many fucking websites and application stuff just have had cart features for like their entire existence?
You could probably
And
download already made cart features.
You literally can. There is a JavaScript library that literally does that for you. You fucking drag and drop it on your website, and they're like, okay, here's a cart. That's literally it. It's one of the most simple, basic features to add to a website ever.
Fucking epic, dude. How
Like,
do you have
unreal. That's-
How do you have a team that makes fucking engines and no one knows how to make a cart?
You pick the most widely used engine, can't implement a cart.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
like web
wow.
design is not something people specialize anymore. They don't really make that many websites these days, I guess.
They're trying to find a web designer for $33,000 a year, and they're like, man, nobody wants to do this. So just hey Bob, can you fucking throw one of these together? No, we can't.
I'm giving you a side project, buddy.
Yeah.
Epic Games, of course, based here in my beloved North Carolina.
Is
I'm
it?
sorry, man.
I didn't know about
Yes,
that. That's
it is
kind of
in-
it's kind of cool.
Cary, I used to work at a Toys R Us right across the street from them.
Oh.
They need more space because they are expanding due to Fortnite and Unreal Engine. So they just bought an abandoned mall, and they're going to demolish it and build a new
Aw.
headquarters.
I thought they were gonna put it in the mall. I was like, dude, that's sick.
That would have been actually awesome.
That would have been fucking sweet.
And
I wonder
that's
if they
why
keep
they
a little
won't.
bit of it and implement it. I don't know.
That's bullshit. What a wasted opportunity. Also coming to Epic, Final Fantasy VII remake. It's
It's broken.
It's $70. First of all, it is the full price as it is on PS5. PC gamers don't like that. PC gamers don't like expensive games, and they will not buy them. They will.
Yep.
People will pirate your game on PC if you fucking do that shit.
If you use the $10 coupon, it's $60.
Right?
It's
That's
$60.
exactly why they fucking tried it. They're like, yeah, let's try to you $10 off. Put it in our new cart.
And
I don't know how pirating Epic Game Store stuff works.
easy. It's easy. I haven't done it. I've heard
Of course.
it's easy.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy VII's PC, I heard you say it was broken, Nubikins. I've heard it is.
It's
it doesn't run well. The resolution isn't great. I've heard.
shit port. Thunderhawk was telling me that there's a dynamic resolution system, which in well optimized games is great because
That's
then
fine, yeah.
if shit hits the fan and the game starts to run shitty, it will dynamically adjust your resolution so that the game looks worse but plays at the same frame rate. But on a video game like that's optimized poorly and should theoretically run just fine because a fucking stock PS4 can play it, um, pretty garbage
Yeah.
because this game looks amazing on a PS5. Fucking incredible. Looks fantastic. And it runs perfectly fine, as you would expect. But when you add in dynamic resolution to something like that, it's like this game is beautiful, but then it runs like shit, so it's always going to look like shit too because of dynamic resolution. You can't turn it off, you can't adjust it. So the game just looks and runs like shit.
Yeah, the settings
It's
are
like
the
two
settings are
systems fighting each other.
there's a one quality setting and it says quality high low and there's nothing else.
Oof. And the funny thing to me is that it's made on the Unreal Engine, which is pretty well optimized for PC. What the fuck happened there, guys? Like, was there not a button that says fucking PS4 PC and you just guys forgot to click it, or like what? Like, what the fuck happened? Did they not hire anybody to actually port over the code and optimize it?
PC fanboys will say it's a plant. PlayStation paid them $50,000 to put out a lazy port.
This isn't the
Right.
first time it's happened with Sony either, because Horizon ran like shit when it first came out on PC.
I think I heard Days Gone was their only one that came, and I was like, okay, this is decent.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind because there's PCs out there way stronger than the fucking PS4, and like, how's it not going to work? Not to mention, it's been exclusively out on PlayStation for what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
And
almost.
in that 2 years, they didn't do a fucking thing to optimize it for PC. They knew it was coming to PC. That someone very clearly made that decision. Was like, yeah, we're gonna release this, at some point on the PC. And they're like, okay, let's never fucking touch it then until 10 days before it goes to the Epic Game Store, and then we'll try to just fucking slap it through. Like, what the fuck, guys?
Are
Makes
people
sense.
going to actually suffer through Epic to play this? I feel like PC gamers are so adamantly stuck to Steam. Is this just gonna flop where it is?
Probably.
I certainly am not going to buy it on Epic because I don't like Epic, nor their like, nothing about them is something I enjoy, and
Yeah.
I'm already skeptical on companies just leasing your fucking video game license to you. Like, if I own it on the PS4, I literally own the disc, so if anything happens, I can play the fucking game on my disc. I own the disc. It's whatever. But when it's like on a launcher like the Epic Game Store, fucking who knows? Someone could steal my account, and all of a sudden my account's banned, and I'll just never get to play that again, even though I bought it and not some other guy that stole my account. But I did, so I should still be able to play my games on there. And Steam is way more secure and locked down. It has two-factor authentication. I don't know if Epic does. I don't use them. But they have a lot of security features in place on Steam, and I feel like it's more secure. And that's why I'm not going to buy any games on Epic.
The places I frequent many video game like forums and shit. Nobody's happy about this, so I think it's gonna flop. Like,
Makes
people
sense.
are pissed off about the $70, and then on top of that, it's not a good port.
And it's not where you want it from.
Yeah, and it's on Epic.
It's like I totally get being somebody casually interested in Japanese games or Final Fantasy and being like, oh cool, I finally get to play this, and then being like, oh great, it's fucked on 3 accounts. But
Yeah.
I do see people angry on Twitter, like the same people who like the new Persona the weird Persona announcement of the fighting game for the PS3 coming to Switch, PC.
I was excited because I was like, oh, is their game coming too? And they're like,
Yeah, so coming to Switch, PC, and PlayStation, but excluding Xbox. A lot of games are doing this. PlayStation, Switch, PC, not Xbox, if they're Japanese. And then Xbox people and PC people sometimes are like, come on, why doesn't it come here? And it's like, if you like Japanese games, why don't you have a Switch or a PlayStation? Like, what do you...
yeah.
Persona has been exclusive to PlayStation since, like, 1996? You're late. You're really late.
And no one buys them on
Xbox-
Xbox. That's why they don't put them on there.
Yeah, and not only that, but Xbox and fucking Windows, Microsoft, they're all fucking, based here. And Sony is like, they're kind of everywhere, so it really doesn't matter. But Nintendo is Japanese, so of course they're gonna want their game to get out of Japan. So they're gonna release games on their consoles that are also out of Japan. I don't know what the fuck Xbox and Microsoft are doing. Like, either get some more games on your platform, or like if the fanboys want to play Japanese games, don't fucking get not Japanese console.
It's just really funny to me when there's like outcry of like, why are we excluded? And it's like I understand being upset that you're excluded, but also it's like you haven't gotten one as long as I've been alive.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts
You've
3.
never been included.
Yeah.
They tried with the 360, but
And that was only half the gen. Yeah, you're totally
Xbox
right, the Lost
fans,
Odyssey,
yeah, Blue Dragon. Xbox
even the Tales
people aren't the same people that enjoy JRPGs on average. It's kind of more the normie console.
Yeah.
Fucking regs.
Fucking regs. Not shitting on Xbox. It's just I feel like that's a fact.
Low key shitting on Xbox.
Yeah, Lost Odyssey was extremely good. I played
I'll
that
play
when
that one.
I played that when I had my Xbox for a month or two.
See, I loved the first two Xboxes. The Xbox and the 360 were fucking awesome. They were just banging back then.
I love the OG
And
Xbox.
I just don't think they've really iterated or improved on it at all in the last 10 years at all. Like, whatsoever. And then, you know, Sony's just knocking it out of the fucking park, and
The Kinect was the worst thing
Nintendo-
to happen ever.
yeah.
Ever.
Definitely. And then, you know, you got Nintendo, who's always, like, innovating. Like the Wii. It's like totally weird, different, new way of playing fucking video games. And then you got the
I love
Switch
the
with
Wii.
its detachable controllers and shit. They're always innovative. So their consoles are always going to sell. Even, like, I have a PlayStation and I have a Switch. Because it's not like the console. It's its own thing, and it always has been its own thing. It doesn't necessarily compete with PlayStation or Xbox. It's just its own thing, and people will generally buy both, but they will only buy one Xbox or one PlayStation usually. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just people are just so stuck in their ways on. I've had Xbox for 15 years. I'm gonna keep playing Xbox. But if you want to play the games that aren't on Xbox, don't buy Xbox.
I'm glad I got a PC right before the shortage, so
Genius.
I'm good for a little bit.
He pondered the orb. He knew.
Listen, dude, there was a deal. I got a Threadripper for $300, and if you don't, I don't people that don't know anything about PCs, but like, Threadrippers are expensive as fuck.
Yeah, fuck, and they run hot as fuck too.
Yeah, my computer idles extremely hot, but it's
What is that? What is a Threadripper? I'm excited. It sounds
It's like
awesome.
a 32 core processor. It's like
Yeah.
a fucking
Oh,
monster.
shit.
Yeah.
yeah. I got a second gen Threadripper.
I know enough about PCs to know that that sounds crazy.
The world's first 32 core desktop processor.
Yeah. It's wild.
My buddy
And
messaged me and he's like, "Are you still trying to make a PC?" And I was like, "I'd like to." And he was like, "There's a deal right now for $300," and I'm like,
Is that an AM4 socket,
"Yes."
or is it its own thing? Okay.
Wait, no, hold on. That might be a different thing. Hold on. I think it is its own socket because unlike normal,
It's fucking huge, isn't it?
yeah, it's a mechanism. Like it's a mechanism itself. It's a rail system.
Shit.
You put your fucking processor in the rail and then you lock it in place.
That's
Goddamn.
sweet.
It was so cool.
You got that bitch water cooled, because that's
Yeah,
just
you have to.
that shit could heat it would probably heat my house up.
Yeah, you
like
have
a
to.
space heater. Okay.
I need to get some canned air. I'll do it this weekend.
Before I knew anything about PCs, I was trying to customize my PS4 case back in the day, and I ordered just a little, like a fan like this big on Amazon for like $6, and they sent me a $120 power supply for a PC.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I was like, "You sent me the wrong thing. I'll send this back. I don't care." And they were like, "All right, we'll send you another one post haste." And so 2 days later, I got another $120 power supply.
Oh my god. God damn it,
I
Amazon.
did PC games, so I just sold them to my friends. I like put back on Amazon. I was like, "Issue resolved. I don't care."
Jesus. Fucking Amazon.
Goddamn, dude. My someone I know, I don't know if they were building a PC or not, but they bought a stick of RAM. It was like an 8 gig RAM. They got an entire fucking box full of RAM. It was like 10 packages in there. He's like, okay. Didn't say fucking
If
nothing to anybody and just kept them.
If he saved those for now, he's sitting on a gold mine.
Right? Fucking jackpot. Like, I don't know if someone like opened the case up and just seen a couple boxes in there and was like, yep, this is the one, and just shipped it, or what.
That's
but
so funny.
Dude got fucking lucky.
Wouldn't say a word.
No.
I'd be like,
hell no.
Was a good deal. Buy now. Put that as your Amazon review.
All right, 5 stars. 5 stars. It's great. Awesome service.
All right. CD Projekt Red settles its lawsuits for $1.85 million, which is good because I figured they would have had to have paid way more.
So for us that are unaware of CD Projekt Red's lawsuit, what the fuck did that entail?
Their board of directors sued I think he sued the CEO. I don't remember. He sued the company. They sued the company because they deliberately misled them by saying the game was ready to be shipped when it absolutely was not ready to be shipped.
So who won? The executives?
They settled. They settled.
No. I mean, who had to pay out though?
Oh. I think the company had to pay the investors.
That's fucking stupid because I'm pretty sure the company was like, yeah, this game is not ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, I agree.
That's fucked. That's super fucked.
Glad they didn't have to pay a bunch of money though.
I was gonna say that sounds incredibly low. That's like I'm as fucked as it was that they sent out PC reviews to everybody and then just acted like console versions didn't have problems. I still my little fanboy heart who loves Witcher and Cyberpunk.
I can't hate them.
I believe in them.
I use GOG regularly.
Bankrupt.
I use GOG all the time. Yeah, I use it all the time because those old games, they work. It works.
And DRM
you just
free,
fucking
and they
turn it
clean
on.
them up.
Yeah, DRM free.
Anything DRM free, you got my money. I will throw money at you because DRM, it doesn't hurt anybody but the consumer. I'm 100% convinced, and it's been like that. I think I talked about this last time on the podcast where fucking pirating doesn't hurt games. It's just like the new way of testing a game. Yeah, it's just a demo. And if people really like your game, they're gonna fucking buy it. You know how many fucking copies of Terraria I own? I bought probably 20 copies of that fucking game. I only play one. I don't know. I just support the company. I fucking love them.
People come to trick or treat at your house and you give away Terraria keys.
Like, here you go, kids. Like, God, I bought everyone I fucking know a copy of that game. Every time it goes on sale, it's like $2.50, dude.
We should play. We should play soon.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who does that. I bought like 5 copies of Yakuza Kiwami when it came out because it was
dude, like
$30.
Just like a game. And see, if the Final Fantasy VII remake wasn't on Epic and didn't suck balls, I'd buy that too, even though I own it on PS4 because I fucking love that game. I do not have a problem throwing money at things that I like. Like, I don't. If I like a video game, I will buy it for me and all my friends or whatever, and just that's that. I don't care. Like, I have Stardew Valley on my PC. I'm pretty sure I have it on my PS4. I also have it on my Switch. I like that game. I like that developer. You know, just
can't wait.
I don't mind.
Dude. That dude's next game's gonna be lit.
Yeah, dude, I don't mind supporting them. So when you got DRM free, I'm all about DRM free. So I'll buy all the fucking games on your website. Let's go.
I have most of my GOG games. I have them saved on a hard drive for if the apocalypse happens and I don't have internet. I can just plug that baby in and play a fucking Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale.
There you go.
I got a good little library going on GOG too. I think I got Fallout, the OG Fallout games,
I got 1 and 2.
which I suck balls at, but I fucking love them. So
I feel the same way.
Not?
I always encounter a rad scorpion 5 minutes into the game and die.
Dude, it hits you for like 13 fucking health, and you only have like 22, and you're like, well, I guess I'm dead now. And then you're poisoned,
die.
So you're all right,
PC fam. I think Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment are in a bundle together right now for $5.
Ooh.
I like Disco Elysium. I haven't played any
Torment.
CRPGs. Should I get them?
Torment is one of the best written games ever, and Icewind Dale is one of the best, if you like the combat, of old CRPGs. Because there's no story in Icewind Dale. There is, but there's not, really. It's just go explore with a party you make. But Planescape is super good.
I heard Planescape mentioned in reference to Disco, so I was
Yeah.
all about it.
Yeah, the writing's pretty good too. It's the reason Chris Avellone is so widely praised, because he wrote a good chunk of that.
He did New Vegas stuff, right?
Yeah, he was with Obsidian for a while.
Imagine that. A good writer being a good writer? Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Keep hiring that guy. Stop hiring these idiots.
He worked on Dying Light too. He's worked on a
shit.
shit ton of games. That dude's
I
everywhere.
like Dying Light 1.
He actually came to my college one year
Oh shit.
as part of the
Badass.
video game jam. Yeah, it was pretty fucking dope. That guy's cool.
Hell yeah.
Peter Molyneux is back, trying to get investors to buy a blockchain game. If you trust Peter Molyneux with anything, you're a fucking idiot.
You deserve what's coming to you.
If
That's all I
you
can
give
say.
that
You
man
back
a
this.
dime, you're a fool. He is such a hack.
How to burn $10? Give it to Peter Molyneux.
Do you think people just look at him and think, like we at this point we all know that the British accent is actually a sign of a low IQ. in the past, we used to like watch movies with like Hugh Grant, and everybody was like, "Look how intelligent they sound." Do you think people just look at Peter Molyneux and they're like, "He looks like a smart guy"?
I think so.
He looks like what we envision smart guys to look like. And give him money.
God, Peter Molyneux sucks.
Every photo
No,
I see of him, he's doing
man.
like this.
Not only that, but a fucking blockchain game. For those of you that don't really know anything about blockchains, they're like a widespread database that's very fucking slow. So anything game related with a blockchain, it just sounds so stupid to me. Because, like, if you're say there's a game developer and he's got this cool concept where you can put your characters in the game via blockchain, whatever. The client itself has to authenticate that. The client itself has to support that. And so at any point, if the game just stops being supported, the client is no longer supported, which means all those fucking whatever blockchain shenanigans they got going on doesn't fucking matter because the client is no longer getting updated. And then not only that, but they're slow as fuck. I mean, Bitcoin's blockchain takes like as much energy as like a small country. Like, not even exaggerating. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's in the terawatts.
Jesus.
It's not a lightweight fucking thing. So that's a huge undertaking, and it seems so pointless and dumb to even, like, why? The question is, why would you want that? I don't see a reason why. I'm not huge into blockchain. I really don't know how they work. That's just what I know about them, but I don't fucking know. That sounds dumb to me.
Thunderhawk, did you hear about the concept of the game where all I've seen is like a headline that says you're supposed to have to pay money to make altruistic choices in the game? It'll like force you to be evil unless you spend money.
Oh, I'll play that for free. I love being evil in his games. It's always really funny.
I think it's like some kind of way to grift people into
Oh, yeah.
feeling good
Sounds
about
about
themselves
right.
to like with NPCs.
Yeah.
Like we need you to kill you that small child over there, and it's like yes, no, and no
Done.
is locked under a
Done.
$5 DLC.
Yeah.
You watch, if this does well, the next Fallout game, they're gonna have the stones. It's gonna be $5 to unlock the ability to kill children. They're gonna go the other way.
Now hold on. Children Death DLC.
Right beside the horse armor. Well, I guess it's Fallout. It'll be the dog meat armor.
You can almost see the money floating out of Thunderhawk's wallet and slapping against his screen right now.
I'm a sucker for DLC that adds stupid shit like more blood. Like Total War started that years ago, and everyone was like, "That's fucking dumb. Why are you blocking blood behind DLC?" And my dumbass was like, "Money." Just throwing it at my screen. I want to see blood. Yeah, Peter Molyneux sucks.
Yeah, fucking trash.
Don't play his games.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never.
Avoid.
Fable 1 had this hilarious option to where you would eat food to heal. And one of the healing items was a chick, like a chicken baby. And you could eat the chicken and it would heal you, but you would you'd lose good points. So you could just stock
Alright.
up on a bunch of baby chicks and just munch on them. Have some nuggets.
Damn.
And you would eat the entire chick once and it would just go crunch. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn.
Cartoonishly evil. So fucked. New PS5 controller colors and plates. This motherfucker will be red and it will be glorious.
Those controllers are Space Tech confirmed.
Yes, these controllers are magic. This was
They
what
shake
was.
and they rattle and they scream at you.
This is
And
the
not only
culmination
that,
of
but-
Roswell.
The triggers, aren't they like pressurized or some shit where like the
They
further
are.
you press it in, the harder it is to press? Like, god damn, that's
And
gotta be
it'll
satisfying.
jiggle your whole fucking control. It's so cool.
Shooting guns in Returnal and like your fingers just go like going back where it's forcing itself against you.
It's so cool.
It
Like,
is.
The, the triggers are like power bottoms.
you feel the
Yes.
fucking recoil when you shoot, right? Like you can feel a little more. It's a little more haptic.
Yeah,
than
they have
just a
different
regular-
vibrations in different parts of the controller.
Their favorite example is a bowstring, and it works too because it's like they'll add resistance until you get halfway, so it's like hard to pull, and then it shoots, and then
Loosens
the
up.
trigger is like completely limp.
That's fucking great.
It's so cool, dude. I wish you could.
That's
come
what
over
I'm
and-
talking about.
I wish you
man.
could come over and try it.
Like
5-hour drive.
that just goes back to what I was saying about Xbox. It's like they don't have any innovative things to their controllers. Their controllers have been the same for like 3 consoles now.
They are working on copying this,
I mean, of course.
Excellent.
and they're like PlayStation's triggers are adaptive triggers. They're calling these like controlled clutch triggers or something. It's
Fucking hell.
But they-
See, now
they're
Sony
working on
patented this instead of some fucking stupid ass video game mechanic. You
I
dumb
think they
fucks.
did, and Xbox is like, well, ours is different because these are controlled clutch triggers.
These motherfuckers, dude. You see what I mean? Patent bullshit. Fuck off.
I'm showing off my cool
But it's
cyberpunk
the only
controller.
shit.
cool thing about them
Check it out.
blatantly ripping this off is that it means more third-party games will do cool controller stuff, because third-party games are doing cool DualSense stuff, but not to the extent that first-party is. But if both
That's pretty
controllers
cool.
can do it, then they'll put in the effort, I assume.
Hey man, as long as we're making progress, I don't care. You know. That's why I'm so against patents, is because like if people wanted to patent shit, we wouldn't even have Wi-Fi right now if it wasn't for like fucking NASA. You know, like shit like that, man. You gotta innovate on stuff that's already around.
But yeah, I want
And
red.
if Xbox steals it and makes it their own, and PlayStation's like, fuck, we could take what they did and make it better in this way, and they'll just build on each other, and it's just gonna be better for all of us.
Nintendo's like, ha ha, waggle.
Aim your
Ability.
sword.
I get so I need to play more Skyward Sword, but I just get so fucking mad every time I play it. I'm like, god damn it, I hate motion controls, son of a bitch.
Motion controls,
You can
man.
play
Like,
completely motionless on Switch, right?
It doesn't feel right though.
It doesn't.
Like it just
Because then you're just like right sticking it.
Yeah. What color are you getting, BSB? You getting blue?
Ooh, I don't. I've gotten
you
so
better.
attached to just default because
You
it
like
like
white?
defines the generation. The spine on the game
I
cases
can
are
see
white.
that.
It's white, black, and blue, and I like the combo. But I do have one of the red controllers, and I think red looks nice. I was telling
looks so
TB we should
good.
do seasonal. Get red
Ooh.
for February for February of the Valentine's PlayStation. We and just
There
switch
you
them
go.
up. Switch them
Get
up. If they
festive with
weren't
it.
if they weren't so expensive, they are $55 the plates, and they're literally
That's
pieces
fine.
of plastic.
That's fine. I'll
The
buy it.
controllers are $75, and as we said, they're from they're from, space.
Right.
So I think
Invented
about
by
it
NASA.
ways. I'm like, that's so expensive. And then I remember that I, in my life, have had a PlayStation 4 and then was like, oh, they're releasing a gold one. And then I saved up my money and bought the gold one because I wanted a gold one. A whole PlayStation.
That was me on game. Do you remember the Game Boy Advance SP?
Yes.
Yes.
I had a
I still
blue
have
one,
mine.
and I had a red one, and I was like, yeah, red. Fuck yeah.
Those things
So
slap, dude.
I've spent a couple $100 to make a PlayStation look how I wanted. So then I'm like, 55 ain't that bad.
That I thought it would be like
Right.
70. That's low for what I was thinking. That's so hyped.
Do they just snap on? Like, how does that work? Do you have to take anything apart, or is it just like a?
They're
here you
snap,
go?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I've
See-
cleaned my PS5 and they like, I think they like shift up and then out.
It's beautiful.
It's just like a coat for the PlayStation because you can take them off and play your PlayStation. Then it's just like a little black, like little obelisk. Very thin though, very sleek.
That's pretty sweet.
You gotta
If
put
you
a
don't gotta
Seto
take
tie
screws
bar.
and shit on, right? The pop collar.
SMT5 is the highest grossing SMT game in 1 week. Excellent video game. If you like JRPGs, is good.
Thank Messiah, thank Lucifer.
Thanks, Satan.
Beautiful.
Definitely on my list of games to check out because huge JRPG fan.
Oh, it's good. It's so good.
I
It doesn't hold
never
your hand
played-
either.
Never played one, not one. So I'm
Well-
gonna start at one, and I'm gonna go through.
So SMT is usually more grounded, more gritty, bigger, deeper thoughts, and then Persona's like, hey, we're wacky high schoolers getting into hijinks, but also having tender moments. And they have the same
Yeah, I
core
think I would-
gameplay.
I think SMT would be a better fit for me then.
Yeah, I don't. It depends on how you
Yeah.
feel about anime high school hijinks.
Persona
See,
1
I don't
through
really
3 are more.
Yeah, I
Megami
should have said that.
Tensei-esque.
Yeah.
But 1 and 2 are
thinking.
PS1 games and 3 is a PS2 game. Like before was as well technically. But yeah, I agree with Thunderhawk's assessment of both series. But yeah, it's really cool because like this makes me think of Metroid Dread sales, and it's doing well, but I don't think it's beaten Prime to be the #1 seller.
Yeah.
But it has made more money. Like people forget that back like let's say the last best-selling Shin Megami Tensei game was 4. That was a 3DS game. Digital wasn't as popular. If they sell digital, they're making like pure profit. And then there's collector's editions and stuff like that. So for Metroid was even selling amiibo. So there's so much more money generated by
Yeah.
these games now.
Yeah.
So good on you, SMT5. You deserve it.
Hell yeah. Anyone still doing their thing right now and just not fucking getting into all the hype and the bullshit? Those are my favorite devs. When you just stick in your formula and you know we can just knock this out and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I was surprised because there's no handholding. It fucks you. You could
Good.
fucking die in the beginning.
Good.
I can't
I
get past
want
the.
a fucking game like that.
I haven't
because
gotten past
I-
the first boss because I suck.
Dude, if you get me started, I won't shut the fuck up. But like games nowadays, just there's so much fucking handholding. Like
Yeah, this
one of
is
my
not-
favorite video games is Mega Man X, and so if you have never played Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo, in the first level of the game, it teaches you everything you need to know with no fucking pop-ups or dialogue or anything. You just play the game, and it teaches you everything you need to know. And then in like Mega Man X6, you just get pop-ups for like the entire fucking game. It's like chat bubbles and this, and it just takes you out of the experience.
We don't
It's-
talk
I
about
just,
6.
I'm so fucking sick of games doing that. Stop breaking my immersion to tell me how to play the fucking game and just let me play it.
My favorite thing is like when you're playing like a realistic military simulator and they're like, to shoot, press R2. And it's just
I
so
love it.
jarring.
I love it when people will tell me buttons in a video game.
It's so fucking. It cracks
Dude.
me up every
Sorry.
time.
I hate it. It ruins the experience for me, and I just get pissed off.
It's
like,
funny.
fuck you, guy.
My favorite example of it is probably Metal Gear Solid 3. I think they do it. I think when you're talking to the boss, she's like, remember the basics of CQC.
Press
Hold down
square.
the triangle button to grab it in. So sick.
Some games do it well.
I like when they
Or-
lean into it. It's fine. I think.
Yeah, but like, for example, not a bad example, but for an example, in Final Fantasy IX, we're doing you're doing this little sword fight scene in front of a crowd,
Love
and
that
you have to um like counter the other person's attacks to dodge them because it's like choreographed. It's not a real sword fight. It's like a theatrical version where some guy is attacking you and you have to dodge his attacks. So they're literally telling you what button to press, and it does it through pop-ups. It's not like someone yelling at you to press X or press square, and it does it pretty well because it doesn't stop the scene, it doesn't stop the action. It doesn't interrupt anything, and it doesn't break your immersion. It's just literally telling you what button to press next, and that's fine. But when it's like you literally get a pop up and it's like press this button to shoot your gun, it's like, gee, thanks. There's only fucking 10 buttons. I didn't know which one to hit. Like, I'm not gonna try that. I'm not gonna try to push buttons and figure it out. Like, come on.
Pokemon is so bad about that. Pokemon makes me want to rip my fucking eyeballs out.
Dude, it's just. And Pokemon pulls your hand anyway. Like, you can't even buy Pokeballs until, like, the fucking second time you visit the town or whatever.
Oh
it's like...
God, Sword and Shield
this
was
entire
so bad
main
about
mechanic.
that.
God, dude. Any 3D Pokemon game has just gone so downhill. It's unreal.
My issue with Pokemon, and I mean, I get it. Like, I understand, was always that every NPC you talk to, like, I didn't mind it when I was a kid, but every single NPC you talk to in the game only is talking about Pokemon. Nothing else going on in the world. Like,
No.
nobody's like, I gotta hurry up and get, like, to the grocery store. I gotta make dinner tonight. No, everybody's talking about Pokemon.
And the first
Right.
couple games, they were like, "Yeah, I'm here from the war," and you're like, "What?"
Right. It was, like, more
War.
realistic and, like, world building.
Lieutenant
feeling.
Surge was like, "Yeah, I was on the front lines," and I'm like, "There's a fucking war."
With my Raichu.
I stepped on a fucking Voltorb and he exploded and blew my leg off.
My favorite. I saw a great meme the other day, and it's like some device that you get in the new Pokemon Arceus game, which is supposed to be set like super far in the past, like feudal Japan era Pokemon, and it's like a
Shit.
Palm Pilot or something.
I've seen that.
And then they show, Red/Ash from Pokemon Red on a desktop with like the big ass CRT monitor, and it's like, man, that war set us back, bro. we had cell phones.
Well, fuck, back in my day we had technology, but that war really fucked us up.
It's rough.
What would they call an IED Pokemon? Something Betty related?
Do all my fellas out there, do any of you confuse IED with IUD? I do all the time.
Oh God, no. I don't want to. No IUDs, please.
I'm gonna go put my IED in. Like, hold on, wait, what? What are you doing?
Get the crock pot. It's time. System Shock has a publisher and is due out this next year. Maybe, I don't know. This game, I have no hope of it coming out.
System Shock sounds familiar. Is that an old school game
Yeah,
that
it's
they're
super
remaking?
old. Not that super old. It's like 90s, 2000.
I played
it was
System
spooky.
Shock for 8 minutes one time.
Which one?
I don't remember if it was 1 or 2. I just
One
know that I
is-
was immediately given a wrench,
Yes.
but I figure that's both. I don't know.
One is too old. I don't think
I know
one...
System Shock is
You have to mod
inspiration for
one.
BioShock.
You have to mod one to give it mouse support. That's how old it is.
Must have been playing 2.
Yeah. 2 is pretty good. They're both pretty good. They're just fucking old.
I got Warren Spector's autograph on a pair of Mickey Mouse ears. Excuse me, Oswald ears.
Oswald? Who the fuck is Oswald?
He's like an old rejected Disney character. So like he helped make Epic Mickey, which is a platformer for the Wii. They got the man behind Deus Ex and it's System Shock to make this fucking game. But
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
so yeah, Oswald is one of the central characters in it. So it's like a Playboy Bunny-esque hat, and Warren Spector signed one of the ears at a GameStop conference, and I've got that.
That's pretty good.
Sweet.
Funny thing to have his signature on.
Alright.
Still cool though.
Like I've got Kojima's signature on a copy of Boktai for the Game Boy Advance.
That's amazing, actually.
What?
The sun
What?
is in your hands.
What a sick game.
I never got to play it. I fucked up. I read the Boktai thing, and I was like, why would I want to go outside and play games? So I
Yeah,
didn't
and
buy Golden Sun because I thought that was the game.
so easy to mix them up.
Ah,
So I missed out on Golden Sun. I would have loved that game.
rip.
I would
Oh
have
yeah,
loved
dude.
it.
Golden Sun is actually my Game Boy SP. You know, when they first introduced the light, the like the backlit screen.
Yeah.
That game was the reason I got no sleep for school, because I would
Yep.
stay up until like 3 a.m. playing it in my
Aw.
bed
I was a
and
fool.
hiding from my mom. Because my mom would like to, she knew I was up to shit, so she'd fucking just randomly come bust through my door and be like, "You fucking sleeping? Get to sleep."
Are you awake? Oh!
I'm hiding under the blanket and turning the light off, like, nope, I'm sleeping.
That's funny.
I'd hear the door shut, and then I'd come out, and she'd be on the other side of the door, like, "I fucking caught you."
That's so funny.
All right, we're gonna dunk on Microsoft a little bit. I know we've been doing that all show, but we have to. It's part of the news. It's part of the news.
They really bring it upon themselves, like it's really their fault at this point.
There's a Microsoft documentary, and to celebrate the documentary, they're selling posters with red rings of death on them.
That is so funny to me, because I remember getting a red ring of death, and it felt bad. So, like, imagine if you had a poster of, like, your ex-girlfriend cheating on you. Like, that's, like, why would you want a poster to remind you of this something awful?
Yes, I was a victim of red ring of death.
You should totally own your mistakes, and maybe, like, I think about, like, even in Astro's Playroom, you can get some of the get some of the PlayStation hardware that never took off, or that people didn't like very much, and like all the quotes or jokes, but those are things that like failed. Those aren't things that they sold you that were defective.
Right. You
That
never
was-
had the chance to buy them and get disappointed.
And that the way you fixed it was to make a new Xbox that didn't have the problem that you had to buy a new one.
It broke my heart that my brand new shiny Xbox. I had just bought Mass Effect 1. I had just bought Mass Effect 1 and was loving it, and then it did that, and I was like, I can't play Mass Effect anymore. So I had my mom call and raise hell, and they agreed. This was before it was widespread, I think. I think mine was like one of the first to have that problem.
If I worked for Xbox and they told me I had to make a Red Ring of Death poster, it would be a stylized kitchen, and it would be, you can see into the oven, and it is somebody doing the towel trick on a 360. And at the bottom, instead of saying the Red Ring of Death, it would say, "We're sorry."
We're sorry.
I think that's a funny way to cash in on some shit where you fucked a lot of people.
Dude.
Versus it just says the Red Ring of Death.
I have vivid memories of sitting at my kitchen table with my brother and trying to fuck it. We have the whole thing taken apart. We're trying to fix it, and we're both just sitting there like, "Oh my fucking god, oh Jesus Christ, this is like $350, $400,
Yeah,
just
it was 400,
fucking thrown apart on our
$500.
table," and we're just sitting there distraught trying to fix it. Like, that was my Red Ring of Death experience, and we were fucking, dude, we grew up dirt poor, so when we saved up to buy an Xbox, that was like our fucking shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we barely had a PS2. So, like, when we got our first fucking Xbox and, you know, started getting an Xbox 360 and shit, like, that shit was, like, clutch. It's like, we really fucking busted some ass to get this thing, and now it's just defective. And they're just like, "Go fuck yourself. Like, we don't
At
care."
least they replaced
Whoops.
them eventually.
Yeah, they
They
did.
extended
But
their warranty. The only problem, and that was a generous move, but you know, a lot of people, that was too late.
yeah.
They like acknowledged it after it was gigantically widespread, of course.
Just such a fucked up thing to just take and try to, like, I don't know, it just feels so shady. Like, okay, well, we fucked this up, so we want to make some more money off of this fuck up, so here's some posters. Like, what?
I don't know.
It's not even just here's some posters. It's $25.
Yeah,
I think
like,
it's funny, but
that's
I
half
also
the price of a plate for a PS5.
right? Like, come on, dude. Just in case you want to remember, just having a fucking immortalized memory of that one time that your fucking Xbox shit the bed and you probably wanted to cry about it.
I think it's a little.
I was gonna say,
taste.
yeah, I said on Twitter, it's like this would be like if PlayStation had a poster that said like "Disk Read Error" or
Yeah.
or PSN outage 2011.
I remember that. That was a big thing.
Bro, Mortal
Taking a
Kombat just came
picture-
out. I was upset.
taking a picture on your phone of your fucking ex-girlfriend breaking up with you, or like what, like, you know what I mean? Just like stupid fucking awful shit that's happening. Like, yeah, let's immortalize this for sure. Hanging in my house.
I want a poster that says "Grandpa is dead."
Yeah, just rest in peace.
It has to have "soon" on the bottom of it.
If it said R.I.P. Gramps, that would be like my idea. That'd be like "I'm sorry," but no, it just says "Grandpa's dead." It's just a statement of fact. It's not negative or positive.
I want to see that hanging in the back next PSP stream, dude.
Grandpa's dead. I don't even have to print it out because I have a green screen, so I could just digitally.
Dude, there you go. There you go. Embrace the meme. They'll be like, "What the fuck is this? What is he talking? What is this? BSB, what's going on behind you, man?" Oh, sorry, just for tuning in the podcast because we're
people know me personally. Know my grandfather passed away a while ago. But people like new are gonna be like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Why'd you make a poster? That's a really weird way to announce that."
I'm dealing with it in my own way. Please understand. Xbox Game Pass for PC is no longer Xbox Game Pass. It is now Game Pass for PC. Did you want to talk about this, BSB? I think you wrote this.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, like, I try to keep up with, like, the marketing, because it's what I was saying earlier with the people. I feel like PlayStation's fallen behind. Nintendo doesn't need any marketing. But as far as, like, having people that people love, like Phil Spencer and Major Nelson and all these people, like, icons at the company and stuff like that. And so Xbox just released their documentary to celebrate their anniversary. They've got the anniversary controllers, so I feel like they're going really hard on the Xbox brand, and it's actually like picking up, along with the fact that all the, in games media, like the journalists are all hyping up Game Pass and stuff. So I feel like they're in the good graces here. So I feel like to take the Xbox branding off of something is very curious when they're working hard on making Xbox a thing. So I wonder if it's just like the stench of Xbox. They're afraid of scaring off PC gamers. They're like, this isn't a console thing, we swear. You don't even have to worry about it. It's for your computer. It's just PC, even though it has the Xbox symbol. Or if it's like, there's been complaints that if you have Game Pass on your Xbox, there are games you can play that you cannot play on Game Pass on PC. Mm-hmm. So if that's going to continue to be a thing, maybe they want to make sure it's extra clear that these are not the same thing. But yeah, I think it's also just weird.
Game Pass on
Xbox logo.
Game Pass on an Xbox works. Game Pass on a PC is a coin flip.
I was wondering, like, maybe, like, as far as what I was saying about, like, there not being parity between the two, what if it's, like, Xbox on Game Pass for Xbox has great reviews, and now they can say that it's not the same thing. The terrible reviews are for PC Game Pass. It's not the same.
Fucking scummy maneuver.
I have problems every time I use it. Every single fucking time I use it.
You guys want to hear a funny story about Xbox Game Pass?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry. Game Pass for PC.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry.
So I'm a huge Fallout fan. I got burned by Fallout 76 when it first came out. I was super hyped. I bought it, played it, was like, wow, this is a steaming pile of shit. All right. And then I stopped playing it. So it came out to Game Pass, and I was like, sweet, for a fucking $1. I had a little trial thing for a month or 3 months or whatever. I was like, for $1, fuck yeah, I'll try it. And they had Fallout 76. So I was like, let's see how far this fucking shit turd has fucking rolled down the hill since release. So I installed this fucking 70 gig game. Took forever because bumfuck Ohio has shit internet.
I feel that personally.
So loaded up. And you can't connect to the server. It was like, unable to connect to the server. I was like, fucking what? Like, it's an only online game. What the fuck do you mean I can't connect to the server? I literally just launched it from their app. And you hit a button, it says play. You hit the play button and it's like, fuck you can't play. Like, what the fuck? So, dude, it took me 2 hours to research this error. And you cannot have the game installed on any hard drive except what hard drive the game's the app is installed on. If you put Game Pass app on your E drive, your game has to be installed on the E drive. If you put it on the C drive, your game has to be installed on the C drive. didn't fucking know that, so I installed it, and they don't have a fucking way to just quickly, oh, you need to change this, just drag it over in here and relocate it. No, I had to uninstall this 70 gig game and then
Oh,
reinstall it on the other fucking
Yep.
drive, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not even fucking trying it. Like,
Yep.
whatever this game has gotten updated in the last 4 years, I don't give a fuck.
PSO2, when it came out, I was like, oh my god, I can finally play this weeb game I had my eye on for years.
oh yeah.
I put it on my E drive because that game is 100 gigabytes. And I booted up the game and it was like, game not found. I installed it 3 times before I figured out it's not in the C drive.
Listen, guys, PC gaming is the way.
Do we?
It is the way.
It's very simple. There's never any problems.
I love PC, but god damn it, sometimes you just don't want to jump through hoops.
That's the thing. I joke about it. It is usually the exception. It's usually very simple to, like, I don't know, if you have any game on Steam, to just hop in there.
Yeah, you
But,
literally,
man.
Steam is so easy. You just hit play, and it's like, hey, our game works. Look at that.
When you do have a problem,
Sometimes.
it is hell. Specifically, my problems with Game Pass recently. But I enjoy convenience. I'm
And
very simple
another
boy.
problem with PC gaming is every fucking PC is different. You buy a PlayStation, every single PlayStation, the entire planet has the same hardware in it. If something is broken, it is broken on every PlayStation, and it's very easy for devs to just, oh yeah, well, we have a fucking dev kit, let's just turn it on. Oh yeah, look, it's broken. With PCs, it's like, well, what video card do you have? What driver do you have installed? What fucking processor do you have? You have AMD? Do you have Intel? Do you have there's so many variables, and it's impossible for game devs to optimize for all of them and then troubleshoot for all of them. Like, we had a fun error on a game called 7 Days to Die,
Oh, Jesus.
where if you used an AMD processor, the world generation would skip, and it would make these giant comb-shaped maps where you'd have giant pillars and then huge gap all the way to the bottom of the level, and then you'd have a giant pillar and then a huge gap all the way to the bottom of the level.
That's a
and the
feature.
entire map generated like that if you had an AMD processor. If you had an Intel processor, game ran totally fine.
That's amazing.
Well,
I want that.
What the fuck?
I
Like,
want that to happen.
and it was like one specific patch, and I mean, these guys don't patch their fucking game often. We just got another alpha patch this year, and we haven't got one in like 2 years. So
I hate them so
it
this
is
much.
Telltale?
like no, this is 7 Days to Die, made by the Fun Pimps.
oh Jesus.
It's 2
Yes,
dudes in a
that
basement
is their
smoking
name.
bongs.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the guys. That's it.
I
So
guess Telltale published it on console, maybe.
That's
That was-
Walking.
that
You're
was-
thinking of
yeah,
Walking
yeah,
Dead,
it
I
did.
think.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
yeah, they I remember them talking about getting it published by them. Yeah.
7 Days to
Um,
Die
I'm-
was on
I'm-
console.
Yes, I have no fucking idea how it runs, but I heard it
It's
ran
gotta.
like shit.
It's gotta run like shit. That game runs like shit
Put it
on
on-
big PCs.
Dude,
I played it on PS4
And-
Pro, and it ran. The whole thing is just very, very janky.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't have
is
any big
super
problems with it. I
janky,
was just
dude.
like, this is weird.
you place a block and it's like takes like 3 seconds for the game to like update after you place the block, and for you to place another block or something. It's very hard to describe in words, but it's just very janky feeling. The whole thing, it just feels janky, and that game, and that's an indie game. And so when you have a fucking problem, it's like, hey, you have an AMD processor and all of your worlds just generate like this. It's like that indie developer might not even have that hardware to test on. It's like, dude, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, do you have any idea? No, I don't fucking know. And they can't troubleshoot it. They can't reproduce it because they don't have your hardware. So they have to literally go out and buy and build a PC with all the same hardware that's glitching out, and then run the game on it and do testing on it and shit. And like, there's been a couple game studios that have done that. Specifically, I know Grinding Gear Games, who made Path of Exile, have done that. They have test machines where they have a bunch of different fucking hardware and all these different PCs that you just KVM switch into, and bam, here we go. We can just test it on this. Oh, look, it's fucked. And then they can fix it for that specific hardware. But a lot
That's
of
so
indie
smart.
game developers don't have that luxury. Most of these guys are just one person. If your game fucking doesn't work on this specific video card, you can't just go buy, especially nowadays, you can't just go buy a specific video card. Like, yeah, $1,600, there we go. Especially if you're some dude in a basement making a game.
Oh my god!
And
Imagine how expensive game dev workstations are right now.
yeah,
This is not
dude.
like inherently related, but I'm like, just buying any computer right now is expensive.
Yeah,
God, how like a development computer right now? Jesus.
and then just
My
you
school
combine that
spent.
with like all this other shit where their app sucks. It's like there's so many variables to PC gaming where it's like you don't even think about it because it's a computer, it just works. You have the operating system. You think everything would just work how it's supposed to because it's all running on the software layer, but it doesn't. And it's like consoles, dude. Console bugs are so much easier to fix when it comes to game devs, like actual time spent fixing them. But damn, dude, PC gaming, it's hard out there, man.
My school built a special area for game development because they were in like the top 10 lists for game development, and I think they spent like $20 million building this shit and all the computers.
Dude,
Because
Jesus Christ.
these fucking jokers, these jokers built, well, not built. They bought gaming chairs for all the labs.
No.
All the labs had a
No.
gaming chair.
holy shit.
All of them.
Just 180
Unnecessary.
EX Racer.
It was. Shawnee sure is a video game place.
Look at how gamer inclusive we are.
Yeah.
The most.
Here's
depressed.
where all your tuition money is going. Like, fuck you.
Oh, what's next? Assassin's Creed DLC. They completely reworked how the data works in that game. So you had to reinstall it. And I wanted to play one night because I was in a Viking mood. And it's like, install 78 gigabytes. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The new DLC.
Or after your stream.
This was before.
Gotcha.
And it runs better.
Yeah.
They fixed a lot of shit. It runs now. Good job.
Hey,
The
there you
new DLC involves Ragnarok, which is fucking dope because the best part of that game is when you get to be the gods. Because it's cool. You get to be Odin running around being an asshole.
go. This next one is actually it's old news because they have reversed their decision.
Yes. Stalker 2 was going to have NFTs for about a day. And they immediately ran that back. Immediately. Yeah, that was close. That was going to be quite a doozy.
Did they announce that after Ubisoft took all
Yes.
that flack?
Yes.
It was brave of them to even come
Yes.
out and say that.
Right, dude.
They-
Come out with your fucking brass balls swinging with that one.
They
dude.
had
Like,
mechanics. They had mechanics ready to go based on NFTs. You were going to be able to buy something called a metahuman variant, and that was going to be your NFT for the video game. I don't even know what that fucking means. They didn't explain it.
They probably don't know what it means. That's why they're like, okay, hold
Yeah.
on, fucking wait a second.
I saw somebody
this
saying
in.
that you would essentially like there would only be because NFTs are supposed to be unique or something that like one of them would make you like like you were saying like the whatever variant. You would be like the
Metahuman.
only one of them in the game or whatever
Except everybody
based
would
on
be one.
some shit that you bought. And that's so dumb to me. Like I've always thought it'd be cool if like and I'm sure some games have done this, like in an MMO style game, the champion of PvP or whatever has like a super unique thing that only one player can own. And you don't need NFTs for that. You just give them put it in their fucking inventory. Like what are you doing?
Alright, someone asked the question. I'm going to answer. So, NFT stands for no fucking thank you. It's a scam.
Got him.
Okay, it actually stands for non-fungible token.
I think it's fungible.
Fungible
I
token.
think so.
It
Yeah,
is a
pretty sure.
unique and non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a digital ledger. So, it's basically an image you have the receipt to. Now, if you can
You don't
explain
have
to
an
me,
image.
if you can explain to me why that's valuable, I'll listen. But I
Here's the
think
thing.
it's not.
It's not. It's not. It's not until someone pays money for it, and then it's valuable. It actually costs you money to make them because it's based on blockchain, and the blockchain sucks up a lot of juice. And so it actually costs money to generate these. So they're inherently fucking worthless until someone buys them.
I want to thank you guys for like specifying that it is the receipt, because I've seen so many people who think that they are buying a digital image, and that in itself is kind of silly. Uh,
Right.
but what you're buying is the ability to say, I own the original JPEG,
Yes.
but it's a download. It's data, and then everybody can right click, save. Everybody can copy paste. Everybody can screenshot. It's not the thing.
So
One of the best ways I've heard it described to me is you have a receipt to an art gallery location where you put a painting of. It's not your painting. It's just you have a receipt saying I rented this space out, and because if anything happens, that fucking image, it's just a pointer to an image. If
Yeah.
that hosting service takes that image down, you have a fucking receipt to nothing because it's gone.
Oh,
Like
wow.
the thing that you have.
that was my question.
it's
What
fucking gone.
happens? Can someone get rid of the blockchain? Are
It's
blockchains a
not
thing?
actually hosted on the blockchain. That's the funny part. Is it's actually hosted on a third party website. It'd be like if I sold you an NFT to an image on Imager, and then Imager deleted that image. Well, you're fucked because that's all I sold you was the fucking pointer to that image, and a receipt to it. It's like it's so stupid. I understand there are cool concepts that they are using where, like, if you can if they could somehow generate a totally personal character for you based on your CD key or whatever in a game, that'd be cool because you'd be the only person with that look or whatever, and it wouldn't be tied to some dumbass blockchain and all this other shit. It would just be like, here's a neat fucking feature where we can just generate a character using your CD key as like a random seed. You know what I mean? And it'd be different for everyone, and everyone would have their own unique. That sounds cool, but they added NFTs to it, and it's just like, well, you just took the whole fucking system and just threw it in the trash.
I think if you play Ubisoft's new game 600 hours, they give you a free NFT.
Oh,
What is it? The new Rainbow Six, I think.
Dude, it better be a monkey smoking a fucking blunt. Like, that's all I can say. Like, that better be that better be my image.
Yeah, the Ubisoft Ghost Recon helmet NFT for 600 hours of play.
Jesus
and that's
Christ,
that's
dude.
another thing. It's like, as far as NFTs on the web majorly, as Nubikins was saying, it's mostly just monkeys smoking fat blunts, just making various facial expressions. But if you're getting an NFT in a game, it's like, let's say it's for a shooting game, you get an NFT of a unique gun, but then it's like, what if that game isn't that popular? And then some of these companies are like, well, you can just take it to another game, and it's like, well, how the fuck does that work? Also, what if it's not a shooting game? What am I going to take this gun to Final Fantasy 14? What is? I own it, but I can't move it.
Yeah, the game that you're going to move it to has to also support and accept those. Like, they have to program that. They have to put that in as a feature. Like, I think we were talking about that earlier with the blockchain thing. Is like, the client has to support that. Like, you can't just bring something into a game that's server based or even client based without the client having some programming in there to handle it. And if you have a fucking specially designed gun for this game, and they're like, okay, well, you can bring it over to this game. They have to tool their game to accept those, and it's just like, if your fucking game tanks, you're just wasting all this time putting all this effort into this system.
Yeah.
That literally doesn't matter to anybody else or anything else in the world. It's dead weight now.
So I think
Also,
putting
if they are,
go ahead.
if they are unique, like physically in appearance, that just means every game going forward has to have these 40,000 unique
Yes.
skinned
Yeah.
guns and or looking guns. And
And
so I
that's,
think
God
about them
knows-
almost like Pokemon, where it's like, I have this Charizard, and it's like, well, you can't move that forward because this gen does not include first gen Pokemon. So it'd be like if every Pokemon going forward has to have the entire national dex, but if instead of, what is it, like 800 Pokemon now, it was like,
it's like
50,000
Yeah.
cars or guns or whatever the fuck, boots.
And I mean, they are cool in a way because they are randomly generated by an algorithm. Like, something out there comes up with, I don't know if it's AI or whatever, but it comes up with this image, and it's generating this image, and each one is unique. So it's clearly got some kind of random generator that's producing these. So you could put that in a game, like just like a random dungeon generator.
That
like,
already exists. It's called TF2
Yeah.
hats.
Right. It's the same concept, but you don't need a blockchain and NFTs to do that. And you could
Yeah.
put that in the game very easily without that stuff.
Yeah,
I just don't understand why they're trying to implement all of it together in some fucking weird.
Like Valve did this 10 years
I don't
ago.
even know.
Even
Right?
Counter-Strike skins, right?
Yeah, knife skins.
Just, dude, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm not hip to the whole, the new shit that the kids are doing nowadays.
You
It's
need at
fucking
least
millennial
$500,000 in your
grifters.
saving account to understand NFTs.
Fucking millennial grifters.
Right?
Old people don't know what technology is. I got a product for you.
Right?
How would you like to own a little dog on a skateboard?
Check out my new game, Hyper Light Grifter. It's fucking. It's got NFTs,
Bro, you gotta make that.
NFT swords.
Grifter. Congratulations, you're on the blockchain.
It's just so fucking ridiculous, man.
My grandpa's gonna I'm gonna inherit some NFTs.
You had no idea. He
sold his stocks and bought NFTs.
You go to the estate thing, and it's like he's just got this giant fucking monkey painting. Like, wait, what? Where the fuck?
Your father wanted you to have this. This is his most prized possession. It's a little gif of a monkey eating a banana.
Not even a cute one.
Right?
No,
Just all fucked up.
It's a
Every one of
bonobo.
these monkeys looks like they're like from a panel of like a bad like one of those like Family Guy porn webcomics or some shit. I don't know.
Right?
Jesus.
Like you
What's
can't
this art
describe
style?
you can't describe the art style, but it's just ass. Like it's just so bad. It looks like the combination of like an AI generated image mixed with like a 4-year-old scribbles. Like I don't know how to describe it. You can't put it into words, but it's just so fucking weird, uncanny, and just terrible art.
Fucking ridiculous. If you guys haven't seen the new South Park special, they do a really good job of explaining NFTs. It's perfect.
Oh hey,
It's
all right.
perfect. Someone's
Is
sitting
that
there.
the one I seen a fucking clip of it where like there's firefighters standing outside of a building and a bunch of people are dead.
Yes.
Is that okay? Okay.
One person's explaining NFTs and he just says the stupidest shit, and he's pitching the idea to a restaurant, and after he's done, he's just gonna say, "What do you think?" And the owner of the restaurant's like, "That's a really good fucking idea." It's like, oh my god, that's exactly what.
Jesus, dude. Like I feel like NFTs. Okay, so this might be a hot take. I don't know how many Elon Musk fanboys there are watching this, but NFTs to me sounds like something that Elon Musk would go on Joe Rogan Experience and do a bunch of DMT and come up with on the air. Like that's what an NFT sounds like to me.
That's painfully
Is some
accurate.
fucking crazy Elon Musk fever dream.
How do I
And
print money?
it's a reality.
Yeah. The daily worry now is that, you know, with all these game companies and stuff announcing NFTs, there's also musicians, there's also artists, filmmakers, and everybody's like, what if your favorite person makes a fucking NFT? What if they're old and they don't get it? What if it hasn't been explained to them and their team just agreed to it? And then you're like, you gotta feel bad about it. I saw somebody, a Metal Gear fan, tweet about like, you know, it's just gonna be any day now that Hideo Kojima makes an NFT, and I was like, no. Don't you
Don't
say
put
that
that
about
on
our Lord and Savior.
Don't put
first
that
of
on
all,
me.
don't put it out. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But secondly, Kojima's a little sentimental. I mean, this man owns like the stupid $1 million Walkman that plays FLAC files because he loves shit so intensely, and he's been
impressive,
sad boy
actually.
tweeting about. Man, I wish when I could go buy CDs and vinyls. Everything's digital now. Games used to be you opened them up and you had instruction manuals, and you don't anymore. And I feel the same way. And so I think somebody who's so attached to physical things is not going to be swindled by the NFTs.
I remember
hope
fucking
not.
Yeah,
making monthly trips to the mall so I could go buy CDs. Like, fuck,
Those were the days.
I miss that. I have a tote full of fucking CDs. I can't use them.
Right.
My car doesn't have a CD player.
Just miss going to the fucking Blockbuster, man, and looking at movies and video games, and seeing what's out, seeing what's new, what's going on. Now you're just so flooded with information and digital stuff. You don't actually own anything even anymore. I mean,
They don't want you to own anything.
Yeah,
It means they're not making money
it's-
off you.
The only way you can own something is if like you buy a DVD, which fuck, who buys DVDs now anyway? But you buy a DVD and then you rip it and you just keep the fucking the rip.
Yeah. You were talking about like all the information we're surrounded with and stuff like that. I read Kojima's most recent book, and it's just a book recommending books and movies. But it starts off with the fact that I think it's like
Genius.
once a week or like every day, he said something like that. He goes to a bookstore physically and just walks around. And he's like, the reason I do that is because if I Google like the news or anything like that, or even if you look up the news, you're going to go to the news sites you want to see. And even if you don't, then the algorithm is going to affect what it
Push
shows you.
in that direction.
And if you
yeah.
walk around in a bookstore, it's everyone's tastes and what's popular, like in the news and biographies. It is just a microcosm of like what's happening in the entire world, not catered to you, but catered to all.
I skipped
And I
that
was like,
section.
that's super interesting.
I'd beeline.
that is
I'd beeline for fantasy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
There's just something about going into a bookstore, like everything down to the smell, like just the smell of like physical pages of books is just like just that atmosphere when you're just surrounded by fucking people. It's like people's lives are in those, you know, like people poured fucking countless hours into writing these books and their heart and soul into like these fantasy novels and shit like that. And I don't know what it is, but there's a disconnect to that feeling when you just download a fucking ebook, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's-
mostly read on my phone
cares,
anymore
you know?
because like I read in bed, and I don't want my light on when I'm in bed, so I just
Yeah,
get them on my
absolutely.
phone. I'm lazy as fuck.
I
mean,
felt that way
shit.
about Blockbuster, but not about GameStop, and certainly not Netflix. But you know, Blockbuster had a smell to it, a little bit of
Yeah.
popcorn, mostly plastic,
Right,
Just like
yeah.
plastic and. But,
Plastic and popcorn.
Blockbuster never wanted to force anything on you, not in my experience anyway. You know, you have to pay your late fees, but you bring your shit up and they ring you up. It's not like GameStop, where they're like, you want to pre-order anything? You want to get?
You wanna buy the
membership?
warranty?
Blah, blah, blah.
You want to buy the warranty on this indestructible disc? Nah, dude.
And of course, Netflix smells like your house, and there's just a million pieces of garbage just in your face.
Yeah,
and you can't
dude.
flip them over and read the back. You know.
and you gotta sift through the garbage. You can't get to the good shit without sifting through the garbage first. Like
I miss talking
same with
to
like
people.
online. You gotta scroll and scroll and scroll through the shit you don't care about to get to what you do.
Yeah.
Bookstores like, yo, you want the fucking right there, dude. There you go. You just go and walk to it, and it's like done.
Yeah, fucking, I miss, like, because in Blockbuster, I would walk up with a movie and be like, is this good? Have you seen this?
Hell yeah.
Right. You
And
get
then-
real time fucking accurate information.
And they're
from a
like,
guy
well, if
who
you like
literally
this
just
movie,
showed
check
up.
that movie out. And I'm like, oh my
Right.
god.
Now it's an algorithm that's like, if you like this, check this out, and it's fucking garbage. It's like, what, dude? No, this is nothing like what I just. What are you talking about?
If you like
No
The
human
Expanse,
element.
you'll like Desperate Housewives. What?
Only IRL.
Last bit of news. Final Fantasy XIV says the pool is closed. Go the fuck home. We're full.
Dude.
New players are you can't buy the game right now. You can't if you don't own the game. You can't play it. Go home.
Dude, I mean, they are literally. That is the epitome of suffering from success. Like, boys, our server can't handle it. We just sold so many goddamn copies of our game. Sorry, get the fuck out. Like, we're done. Stop coming in. Like, thank you, but don't.
Their servers are incredibly low maximum occupancy because I was playing earlier today. I got up before 11, so that meant I could play the game.
Hey.
But I walked into a town and it was like, due to congestion, select one of these instances. And they both only had like 70 people in them. And I was like, that's not a lot of people.
Are they sharding though? Like, are they implementing a sharding system where, like, if a town is too full, now they're offloading it
Yes.
to help the servers? Is that
Yes.
a new feature, or is
That's
that like literally okay? There are too many people here now.
That's new, and I guess they're still overloaded.
Dang. Yeah,
But I can't imagine
popping off.
because that didn't start as a very big game, so I can't imagine their servers are designed to handle.
Probably, yeah.
They also apparently were going to expand their servers in anticipation for Endwalker, Madness, and all parts and computer. There's the
You
chip
can't find
shortage,
any,
and then
yeah.
there's also the
Yeah.
NFT and the crypto bros who are mining.
We need to start like fucking dragging those people out of their homes. Like, I'm sorry, but motherfuckers, other people need this shit too.
Have you seen the servers, the server farms in China that run?
Dude, they sell them on eBay. You can go look them up. It's people like, you know those fucking metal racks that are like, they got the rigid pipes, and then
Yeah.
you get that the metal fucking clack 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 clack, and it locks in. They are literally selling these with little PCs with video cards zip tied to them.
Wow.
Like, $8,000 on eBay.
That's
Like,
insane.
who the fuck is buying this shit? Like, go look on eBay. You can find fucking crypto miners on eBay. Like, what the fuck? First
Gotta
of
look at
all,
this.
why would you want to buy a used crypto? Like, dude, these things have been running at like 115% for like fucking 8 months straight. And they're about on their last legs. And it's like,
Wow.
yeah, you want to buy this fucking video card for $1,000? It might catch on fire at any point and start pouring smoke. But, I mean, it's already zip tied
that
to the
makes
fucking
me
rack.
That makes me so goddamn mad.
That's-
Cryptocurrency
it-
mining rig with 5700 XTs in them. Fuck
Yes.
you. Fuck
Yeah.
you. That
It actually enraged me.
I'm getting off. I'm getting off.
Fucking-
It
It is infuriating, dude.
Also,
I
bonkers
honestly,
insane that like to even make money, you have to like take into account how ridiculously high your electricity usage will be, and
Yes,
then be like, I have to
yep.
build something that's stronger than how much power I will use.
it's actually nuts. My friend actually used to do this when Bitcoin was first starting out. He was a Bitcoin miner, and he said it was almost like, I mean, back then Bitcoin wasn't fucking huge, but
Yeah.
he said it wasn't even worth the money. That it like his electric bill was like actually $680.
Fuck.
And he didn't have a rack. He just had a couple computers running 100% of the time, just going full tilt
Yeah.
all the time. And I mean, we have a nuclear plant here, so our electricity is very cheap. And he lived somewhere where that wasn't he didn't have access to that. So
Oh.
his electric bill is like in the wintertime is like $80 to $120 normally. And that's just him. That's like no family members. But like when he started mining, that shit went
$600.
fucking ballistic.
Well,
And
yeah,
his house was literally warmer. Like if you walked into his house, you could hear the fans just going ape shit, and it was like 10 degrees warmer in his room than it was anywhere in his house.
that sounds like
and-
old PC build. Like,
Yeah.
did you have a small room growing up with a computer in it from like the mid
Yes, and
2000s?
a CRT.
And you had a CRT. You had a
Yes, and it
computer
was
that was
toasty.
poorly ventilated. Your room would
Yep.
regularly be 15 degrees hotter, and that you would hear like you would feel the radiation from the CRT when you walked in the room.
Yes.
Like you would
I
just
just
walk
caught
in,
myself, yeah.
tingle a little bit. You're like, ooh. And when you
And-
had LAN
and I'm-
parties, oh my
just kicked
god.
me. Yeah, dude. Like you can't add more to that. Like your room is just gonna be a fucking hot box.
A hot box
And-
and fucking everything's vibrating on a fucking
Yeah.
microscopic level.
And dude, my OG CRT, I don't know what happened, but it literally, like, it didn't catch on fire. But I was just sitting here, and I had a wall on the side of me. And so I had my CRT on my desk right by the wall. So it was, like, even worse ventilation, right? And so I'm just sitting here, and I'm playing a fucking game. And I just see a bright fucking flash on the wall, like lightning. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look, and there's smoke coming out of the back of my CRT, and my CRT was still fucking running for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it just turned black, and it never turned on again. I was like,
That's amazing.
okay. Like, what the fuck happened? But all right.
Zeus
CRTs,
decided
man.
Zeus decided you needed a fucking new monitor.
CRTs are something else, dude. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but apparently the fucking I don't know what the cathode ray gun or whatever. got as hot as the sun at, like
What?
the point that shot the ray out or something like that. Yeah, it got super fucking hot.
What?
Let me look that up real quick. Let me fact check. Hang on.
I'm so invested. I love
Cathode.
CRTs.
Right?
I keep two in my house at all times.
Cathode ray gun? What a fucking...
I'm using one of them as a
Dude, it's
bedside
nuts,
table.
right?
Why is
I
television...
I don't know how if that's accurate, but that's what I heard.
Television's
I don't know.
magic.
Fucking.
What does it even look like? I'm gonna look it up. Can I build a cathode
weird.
ray gun and shoot at people?
I
The
think you
temperature
can.
required for modern oxide-coated cathodes is. This is not a CRT. Like, what is this shit? What is this bringing me right now?
Look up cathode ray tubes. That's
Ray
what you're looking for.
tubes.
They fire electrons. God, that's
Yeah.
so crazy. A
still
CRT
bringing
on
the
a
same
television
shit.
set is commonly called a picture tube. That's fucking rad.
Okay,
TVs
apparently
are so
that's what it
neat.
is. They need to be heated to 825 degrees Celsius, and then
Oh
they
my
emit
God.
electrons.
What? That's so hot.
Don't make no goddamn sense.
How
I
much
don't
is
know,
that?
man.
How hot was that?
Like 825 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I think it's like 1400
Celsius
Celsius
to
or Fahrenheit.
1517 degrees.
That is like hotter than like 10 ovens. Like multiply how hot your oven can get.
Yeah,
by like 10.
that would flash burn you.
And I don't know how accurate that is, but because I was looking shit up and I don't fucking know what the hell it's talking
Well,
about.
there's
I
30
don't-
types of CRTs anyway, but
Okay, well, take that with a grain of
Always
salt. But
sit
I heard
as
that shit
close
was
to
hot
your
as fuck.
CRT as you can.
Stick your hands in it while it's on. When you need to do repairs.
There's a whine that CRTs emit that people hate, but it's very comforting to me. I can still hear it. My ears haven't been
Dude.
that shot yet.
Do you know that high pitched noise that old school TVs used to give out?
Yeah,
Some people can't hear that.
I know. Yeah,
It's
lucky
so
I
weird.
can still hear it. Thankfully, my
Because-
TVs hit me with the whine every time I turn them on.
Yeah, like my mom couldn't hear it, and I always like when I was a kid, I was like, I just heard it just fine. I was like, that's just what the sound it makes is. But I remember one time, I don't even remember how it fucking came about, but I had mentioned someone just turned the TV on, and they're like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "I heard it." I'm
I
like,
can
"What are you
sense
talking
it."
about?" I can hear it. Yeah, and they're like, "What do you mean you hear it?" And I'm like, "Bro, it's a sound. I can hear it. It's in my ears. What are you talking about?" And they're like,
So
"I
funny.
can't hear that." I'm like, "What?" Like, fuck, dude. CRTs are apparently magic.
They are.
You're not tuned to the arts. I'm sorry, you just aren't cool enough.
you don't have the extra senses.
I miss all the sounds of like old technology. You get the whine of the CRT, you get the clunk of the disc tray coming out on the PS2 and shit like
Right? Your hard
VC
drive clicking in the background.
that. Yeah.
VCRs.
Putting a VCR tape in is like one of the most satisfying sounds.
Oh yeah.
I got to use one of those a couple months ago at work. Dude's like, play this
The
for the
sound-
students, and I'm like, is this a fucking... Do they even know what this is?
Don't blow their mind.
Slapping a fucking floppy disk into your computer was pretty satisfying too.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go.
Big
I
old
only need
floppies.
24 more of these to load up my game.
One of 17.
What game was that, dude? It literally had like 12 fucking floppy disks or
There's
16
several.
floppy disks. It's fucking nuts. That shit was so crazy.
Probably Ultima or something.
I think it was Ultima, dude.
Ultima's nuts.
That sound drove me fucking nuts.
Unsubbed. We've been canceled.
We would get ready to
Canceled.
leave, and I'd be like, the TV's not off. And they're like, what? I'm like, you didn't turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Turn
And
it
then they
off.
go in there
I
and be
hate
like,
it.
how'd you know?
Turn it off. I hate it.
I can hear my brain cells buzzing together. Fucking turn it off.
Yeah, it's like your brain itches.
Yeah, dude, it's like so hard to describe the feeling of hearing that sound, but it's so specific. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that's all the fucking news we got.
That is all the news. We ended
Hey, now.
like that was almost perfectly timed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
good shit. Now we got 5 minutes to hang out with the guests. Appreciate y'all showing up, hanging out.
Have you guys been?
Thank you everybody for being here.
Have you guys been playing anything? We'll spend the last 5 minutes on that.
I love that.
Yeah, have you
I've been playing Tales of Maj'Al again.
I love that game. That game slaps.
So fun. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler. If you are into tile-based, turn-based action combat, fucking fun. And it's like maybe $8. Well worth it.
Don't expect graphics.
That's graphics not included.
Thunderhawk, what you playing?
I've been playing not a lot actually. Been playing a little bit of Valhalla, not because I like it, but because I feel obligated. I actually
you have it on
PC. I got to a part where you go to America, and they're like, you can't wear your gear in America. They'll know you're coming, and I'm like, that's fucking why. And so they make you LARP as a Native American.
What?
You have to adventure out and find caches of leather and iron and trade it to the Native Americans, and you don't have your gear, so you have to get this gear. So you have to cosplay as a Native American and kill this dude. I was flabbergasted. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, that sounds like a fever dream. Like that sounds like something you would post in your Discord about dreaming. It's
yes.
Not something that's real life.
I could not believe it. I was like, this is incredible.
Sounds creative.
Oh yeah. I expect that from, well, you know, Canada doesn't have the best track record with Native Americans either.
Oof.
I was just like, yeah, that tracks. I should have expected that. Bungie's age, did they? I haven't seen that.
No shit.
Apparently, Bungie's human resources manager stepped down.
I think I heard that.
I just heard about. Literally today, someone at work was talking about Bungie, and I barely caught the conversation. So I just heard Bungie, some kind of sexual abuse allegations with Bungie.
Oh.
That's all I heard. So I didn't know if they were talking about like there wasn't any, and they were shit talking other companies, but I didn't know enough to.
I'll look into that. We'll talk about that next week.
All right, we got Bungie, we got Quantic Dream, we got Riot, we got Activision / Blizzard, we got Ubisoft. Jesus.
At least EA doesn't fuck its employees.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Yeah,
they just fuck us.
Yeah.
Like every fucking time consistently.
Yeah, I don't see that anywhere. I'll have to look into that. Put that on
I've
the
been
news.
generally busy, but I made some time to play some stuff. All old shit.
Hell yeah.
Playing all the game of the year possible nominees has burned me out on modern things. So I played an hour of Legend of Dragoon for a YouTube thing. Just opening.
I caught that. I love that.
It feels so good to play Legend of Dragoon anytime. And I played 40 minutes of Echo Night Beyond, which is a PlayStation 2 first-person space horror game by the Dark Souls folks. I don't want to trash talk it because I have, I'm only 40 minutes in. It kind of blows ass. It's so empty and like directionless, and like it started the Amnesia thing before Amnesia. Like the way you die is just if you're near a ghost, your heart beats real hard, and if you're near a ghost too long, your heart beats until it stops.
Oh.
And you look at like security cameras to see where the ghosts are before you go there. And I'm like, this has all the YouTube screamer people mechanics before that was a thing. This is crazy. It was a PS2 game that nobody played. Also, I owned it physically, God, I want to say in maybe 10 years ago. I bought it for $6 at GameStop, and I traded it in for $3, and now it's like $90.
Holy fuck.
Life is hard.
That's upsetting.
But then besides that, I played Racing Lagoon for the PlayStation 1. I streamed it.
That's
what I'm going to play tonight, too.
I love that
Thunderhawk
game.
was watching me play. We were talking about what we were playing. It's a racing RPG for the PlayStation 1 that came out in 1999.
Okay, that sounds rad. What is it called?
Racing Lagoon.
It's so cool, dude.
Racing Lagoon.
It's so
that
cool.
I think someone showed me some music from that.
Yeah, it was
badass.
me. That's what our intro music was today.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, I didn't know. That's amazing. But yeah, it never came out in America. It got translated last month to English, and yeah, it's really sick. Really sick. I'm excited to play more of that.
Are you gonna play it on stream?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pog.
Have to come hang out and watch.
Hell yeah.
Are you doing that after this?
Yep.
Sweet.
There'll be a brief intermission where I get like water.
Right.
I'm just gonna throw the stream right up.
All right. I'll host. I will throw people at you.
Same difference, which is a phrase that never made sense to me, but I get it.
All right, man. Well, we will see you on the other side, Mr. BSB.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Thanks for coming out, dudes.
That's loud as fuck. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Goodbye, stream.
Thank you, everybody.
We're gonna be hosting Buster Sword Boy.
It's a good time. Thanks for hanging out.
Come hang out.